So hello there, my name is Loren and I'm an expert by experience on the CETR program. This new policy has many changes that will make the lives of the people we're trying to support better. So there's an increased focus on physical health, and sadly, autistic people and those with learning disabilities often die up to 16 years younger. There's an increased focus on quality of life as well, because what we often see is individuals don't always have those activities for daily living they might need when they leave hospital. They often don't have things which improve their well-being, those things we call protective factors, interests, activities, stuff in the community that's part of their Section 17 leave. So those are things that are now reflected in the new key lines of inquiries you're going to get. So I'm going to tell you some things that I've learned while delivering CETRs myself. First thing I make sure is to tell the hospital staff that I'm working with on the day a bit of the reasons why we're here. Often they might not know what a CETR is, or they've only done a few of them. They haven't had many autistic people come through their hospital, or many with a diagnosis. So I make sure to let them know that they know the person best. We're not here to say they're doing anything wrong, okay? So you know the person best. But what we know is we have followed people over many years and we've seen what makes a successful discharge, what allows someone to live successfully in the community. So that's what we're doing here today. We're giving you a list of recommendations that we know may help that person leave hospital and eventually live successfully and independently. You're not alone on a CETR. It's not just you. There'll be an expert by experience, and they will have the lived experience of being an autistic person, a learning disabled person, or a parent or carer. So they will know what it's like to be on the parent side or the person side. There's a very valuable insight. Use them on the day to look at the environment, to talk to the person. You'll also have a clinical expert on the day, and they will have expertise of working in hospitals, working in the community with autistic people. You will then have a chair or a commissioner with you on the day, and they will have the experience of facilitating and leading a group of people, as well as probably some of that background knowledge of how the systems work. Every single individual that's present in a CETR is extremely valuable and has an extremely valuable skill set. And that is why, even if you yourself are new to the CETR program, if this is your first CETR, when you say that line about how you as a team have that experience of what makes a successful discharge, a successful transition, or someone successfully live in the community, that is not a lie. Every single one of you will have an element of the picture to that person living outside. Those hospital staff, they know how to look after people in crisis, but they don't necessarily know what allows a person to stay outside the hospital successfully, especially if that person's autistic or has a learning disability. The second thing I say is that when we were all taught, when we were younger about autism, we were taught very different things. So this is the point where I'm saying, us as a panel, we actually have more up-to-date knowledge. We have more up-to-date information, because the last thing I want to tell to the hospital staff is you're doing things wrong. You don't know what you're doing. But the truth is, information about autism and learning disability has changed massively, even over the past 10 years I've been teaching it. So I need to tell them that we all of us, were taught things in the past. What I normally say is a lot of things that we were taught in the past when we were all taught about autism is very different than what we know today. And a lot of more recent information, a lot more recent knowledge, a lot more recent evidence tells us that this helps autistic people, that this helps learning disabled people. Do you see what I'm doing there? I'm not saying that they're wrong or they have incorrect information. I'm saying we all were taught this. We all have that incorrect information, but a lot more modern information tells us. Again, rather than us telling them that they're doing things wrong, it's now that things have changed. Our understanding has grown. The last thing we want to do is put the hospital staff against us. They're on our side. They're trying their best. This is a discussion. These are recommendations we're giving. We must put across the opinion that we're there with them to help and support. And this process has the person at the heart. And it's about doing things right for the person, not blaming.